Hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining me and my little friend here to this live stream. And I see Kaylee is in the house. Somebody else is too, but I don't see who they are yet. I'm glad you're here, Kaylee. Thank you so much for coming. I mean it, me and my little deadly friend right here. Except the one I ate. So here's the sad story from someone who loves heat. The hotter, the better. So this says habanero. This plant that we got from the plant grower people, the garden place. It says habanero. I double checked it and went out. The one that I ate was red though. The one that I ate was red and just a little bit bigger, but not much bigger than this. I thought it was one of the little mini red bell peppers, and I didn't bother to look at the tag. So, following the yellow brick road. Hey, Shirley, thank you for coming in. I know you've got a live stream coming up right after this, so we will be following you over there. So on Tuesday, Richard wanted me to come out and go over the garden with him, such as it is. And so I did. I went out there and I found, we picked a few things. There were a few tomatoes and a few other peppers, sweet, that looked hot. Okay, they looked like hot peppers, but they're sweet and they are not hot. And so, because Richard can't take heat, one of the medications that he takes, he cannot, even the slightest hint of heat. Black pepper is a problem for him now. So I picked this, what I thought was just a mini red bell pepper, and I popped it in my mouth and chewed it up. I noticed fairly fast that it was hot, but I do not have a problem with heat. If I go to, let's say, when I was a realtor, there was it was an Asian restaurant. The style is, oh, good Lord. It's my favorite, though. And my favorite dish is called drunken noodle. And so I would always order it ahead of time because it was right across the walkway and say, I'd like it in a half an hour and make it like 4 or 5 times hotter than your hottest, how you have it. So they had, they always had like, if it was not hot at all, there would be no pepper beside it on the menu. But the hotter it was, up to about 3, they would put a pepper there, indicating this is a hot dish. And I would say, like, make it double the regular amount of the hottest heat. Truthfully, that's honestly true. Thai, yes, Kaylee. Thai is basically my favorite. And so when I would go pick it up, these little Thai people, and they were Thai, it was an authentic Thai restaurant, they would just be chuckling at me. And by the way, there's another Thai restaurant in town that won't do that for me. So they'd be chuckling oh, there is Troy. Hello, Nomadic Rat Pack. They would just be chuckling at me as they took my money and handed me my dish. And so I am a hot person. I love heat. Well, I picked this red pepper that looks just like this, but red. And it says, so at the time I hadn't looked at it again. So hadn't looked at it, popped in my mouth. I chew it up and it's hot, but it exploded. The heat felt like it exploded in my mouth. And as I swallowed it, I felt like I couldn't breathe for a second, like my throat was closing up. I am stunned. First of all, I'm scared. I'm stunned, and then I'm quickly scared because I don't have that happen to me. The Bud Files, good afternoon or evening, wherever you're at. Glad you're here. And so I Richard was there with me, and I had my walker, so I knew we had no milk products in the house. Out of milk products makes heat worse. But see, I'm exceptional when it comes to heat, and so it shouldn't be this bad to start with, okay? So I'm not thinking like someone who normally has a problem with this. And so I asked him to get me a glass of ice, just because he's quick. Richard can run across the yard, use bread, anything fat, peanut butter, as it turns out. I could have grabbed the butter sitting there and put some butter in my mouth, and I would have been fine. And so I just literally took and I stuck my tongue down in the ice. And we have an ice machine, so he just got a glass of ice for me. Had a little water in the bottom, but and I just put my tongue in there. I've never really experienced that issue. So anyways, there is one issue that I can have for some reason with jalapenos only, and it requires that I spend some time in the bathroom. And within 5 minutes, I could feel my stomach churning, and not in a fun way. And so I'm in the house by that time, and sure enough, everything just hits and I get horrible sharp pains in my stomach. I was doubled over, and I'm just, yes, Kaylee, sadly so. And so I'm in confusion, but all I know is I'm super sick and I'm sweating. By the way, I start hiccuping. I've only hiccuped with heat a few times, but I wasn't having serious pain with it. And I thought it was funny at the time. So I'm in agony. I'm hiccuping as I'm trying to quickly, with my walker, get across the yard and into the house. And I'm like, why am I hiccuping like this? It was just constant, wouldn't stop. So anyway, I ended up spending 24 hours in bed with agonized, very bad pain in my stomach. And it didn't stop. That was Tuesday at about 4 or 5 o'clock, somewhere in there. I think it was about 4, because I was getting ready to make dinner, which no, I did not make dinner. And so I was in bed from about 4:30 until the pain stopped last night, Wednesday night at about 8 o'clock. The pain, it started easing about 4 hours before that. Well, over the day it eased up a little bit, but it wasn't until about 4 o'clock yesterday that it really started easing up quite a bit. And by 8 o'clock, the pain was gone. Over 24 hours of pain. I don't know why the exceptional response to it. I am, like I said, I'm a heat-oriented person. It's not my first rodeo, and I usually laugh at people who can't handle a habanero. I mean, I already said it once, so I've said it once, and it's left my brain. So it was an experience I don't want to have anytime soon. Nomadic Rat Pack. I also was up till. Oh yes. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I empathize with you. It's normally I would be up all night with back pain, but this was different. But yes, I empathize with that, Troy. I'm so sorry because yes, I was awake. I didn't Tuesday night. I didn't go to sleep at all. As a matter of fact, at 6:30, I got up and I thought, I will try. I'll just try to get up because I thought if I go to sleep now, I'm not getting up today. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 in the morning. So I got up about 6:30 yesterday morning, but the pain, it just couldn't. I just had to go lay back down, get in the fetal position, and just pray to God that it passed. Charcoal binds effectively with capsaicin, the chemical compound that gives chilies, ginger, onions their heat before it gets the chance to burn the delicate nerves of your cell walls. I didn't know that. Apparently, Troy, yeah, a misery loves company. So, Yeah, that was the experience, and it was a very bizarre. It was very bizarre. Alfonso, welcome. So glad you're here. Hello from Colorado, and I am having a blessed day, and I hope you're having a blessed day. I hope you're all having a blessed day. So I went and I started doing a little bit of research because that's what I do, and I can't stand not understanding something that's you know um, confusing to me. I mean, like I said, this is I love heat, and I don't normally cook with it anymore because of Richard. I will normally make what I'm making. Let's say it's chili, and so I will take and I will make the basic chili, and then I will take out, I will split it up, and I will put the heat in one half of it. That's what else can I do? I can't really torture him. I've tried a few times to put a little bit of jalapeno in something with no seeds, but it's just his medicine really messes with him, and he just cannot. His body literally says no, thank you, and it hurts really, really bad. So I found out some interesting information from doing just a little bit of research. So here is the Scoville scale. Normally it's up and down, but we're going this way this time. So as we know, here's the basic bell pepper, which I thought I was eating. It really looked like this pimento right here. It kind of looked like this pimento or this red habanero, which it was a red habanero as it turned out. But it looked like a mini red bell pepper, like this. You know the mini little ones that you can buy? That's what it looked like. So this is the range. The bell pepper is 0. Poblanos, I don't think I've ever felt them have heat. Then you've got the jalapeno at 2,500 to 3,000 on the Scoville. And then you move up to Hungarian chili, the Serrano, cayenne pepper. I love cayenne pepper. By the way, I put cayenne pepper on my eggs. If I'm making like fried eggs, I will take his out, and then I will finish mine with the cayenne pepper. I love cayenne pepper. I just love pepper. And then you've got the a Thai chili, and then the habanero. So I went out and checked, and the plant says it's a habanero. Kaylee said this looks like a Scotch bonnet. The people that I got it from, the garden center that I got it from, is at a church right up the street from me. And I will go back there and I'll ask them about it because, I don't know that much about the differences. I just know I love them. And then, we've all got all the way up here to the ghost pepper. By the way, ghost pepper itself tastes good. If you scrape out the seeds and you just it's seriously, the flavor of a ghost pepper is delicious. I really like ghost pepper. Then we've got the Trinidad scorpion, the carrot. Now, have you ever had a Carolina Reaper? I have. I've got a dried one up there, and I did a little short on it or a video on it quite a while back, and it was a dried one, and it was a taste test. Now, I wouldn't eat a mouthful of it. I knew. I took little bits of it at a time. All the way up to the Pepper X. And here's what I just found out. This Pepper X and the Carolina Reaper were made by the same person. Newsflash. So I thought that was kind of interesting. He loves to mess in peppers. Okay, let's see. Kaylee. Notice how you move along the scale from mild to hot. The peppers are crinkled. That's usually an indicator of that's a very good point, Kaylee. Very good point, sweetheart. I never thought of that. But yes, you're right. You're right. And this is a crinkle. It's got a crinkle in it when it finishes ripening. So I wonder, do people Music of YouTube. Hello, welcome. So happy you're here. So I wonder, do people actually get hurt from hot peppers? Considering I've had about 1,000,000 pounds of hot peppers in my life, and I'm alive, and never had a problem. Sometimes I had to kind of, it's burned, but it didn't make me cry or not want to have it again. But I wonder if there's anybody who's ever been affected, like seriously, by this. And I found out some things. It's actually suggested that capsaicin, as Kaylee pointed out, the heat element in spicy foods, research suggests that they may help protect you against heart disease and diabetes. Now, I was diabetic, and I know that sounds weird to say I was diabetic. I'm in what is referred to as remission. My A1C is 5.1, I think it's 5.2 or 5.3 the last time. But my doctor calls it in remission. So I'm in remission. And I wonder and I've never had to use medicine for it. And I wonder if it's because of the heat. So anyways, here's some things that went wrong. It says, this is a little thing about went terribly wrong. Man temporarily lost his hearing after eating extra spicy noodles. He could not hear for a few minutes. Imagine that. The pepper that he had is 4,000 times stronger than Tabasco sauce, which, I think I have a picture of this, but you know how to tell somebody's got a real problem with any particular thing is when it's sitting by their bedside. Alcohol, other drugs, it's sitting by their bedside. And guess what's sitting beside my bedside? Cajun seasoning. A Cajun seasoning shaker. Because the other night, Richard and I were snacking on something, and we were in bed, and I had him bring the Cajun seasoning. And I just left it there. And I love that. I love Cajun seasoning. So, moving along. He temporarily lost his hearing for a few minutes. Soaked in sweat, felt dizzy, threw up, but eventually had to take his clothes off and soak his head in water to cool down. Soak his head in water to cool down. I don't know that I'd like that. This man could barely pee after eating chicken wings covered in the world's hottest chili. The Carolina Reaper, which is not the hottest chili anymore, strikes again after 25-year-old Ethan Rawlinson entered a spicy chicken wing eating challenge in northeast England. He was rushed to the hospital where he suffered from severe cramping and was left unable to pee. It hurt so badly. I don't know. Do you think he'll do that again? This man died hours after eating homemade chili sauce. Now, it wasn't his first time, but it was this was homemade. He'd made it a little differently before, apparently. He was a chef, and the night he ate the chili sauce, his back became so itchy that his girlfriend scratched it until he fell asleep. The next morning, he didn't wake up. And they say he was perfectly healthy and had no history of heart problems. While he'd used chilies in his cooking before, he had never created a sauce quite that hot. Harissa. Now, I don't have any right now, but I love harissa. One man's nearly blinded after a chef threw a bowl of chili powder in his eyes. So, yes. So it's kind of like using bear spray. It is how I would kind of see this. It's like similar to bear spray. Throwing a bowl of chili powder into someone's eyes. Thought he'd been instantly blinded and rushed to the hospital where doctors flushed out his eyes with water. It was horrific. He said he's never had so much pain in his life and was extremely distressed. Doctors found a hole in a man's stomach after he ate a notoriously spicy soup. Again, I would take the harissa or something else and put it in my soup. Eat potato soup. I know. Why would you have potato soup and then put something spicy in it? Well, because I'm usually having the potato soup because someone else needs something not spicy, so I have to make it edible for me. So after a 26-year-old man in China consumed a mala soup, which literally translates to numbing hot. Mala soup is numbing hot. Doctors discovered a burn hole in the wall of his stomach. And it's normally prepared with Sichuan pepper, local spices, and chili pepper. Felt sharp pains in the stomach. I know that feeling, but I don't believe I have a hole in my stomach. I feel perfectly fine today. And I did not vomit up blood. Didn't vomit. That's not the way it went. And he had no history of gastrointestinal illness or conditions. So there are situations that can occur, is what it looks like. So this guy ate the world's, oh gosh, I need to go back here. Check this out. Wild and viral video. Oh, hello. I believe that's Alex. Hello, Alex. I had some peppers that claimed to be hot. However, they came very mild. This is due to conditions of the soil in the growing season, so peppers are not always hot. I never crossed my mind. Maybe they start talking in a spicy manner. I don't know. I know a woman who was hospitalized after having a contest with friends and her husband to see who could eat the hottest sushi. Oh goodness. That's a whole. So Richard one time, actually, Richard used to be able to eat the spicy mustard. Okay, which is really weird. He doesn't anymore. He might try once in a while, but he used to be able to eat the spicy mustard from Asian restaurants. And however, this one time we were at a restaurant for Brent's birthday. He always likes to go to an Asian restaurant for his birthday. And Richard ate it, and he was overwhelmed. They didn't have any milk product in the restaurant, so he had to leave and go to a dollar store, Dollar Tree, which was next door, and search out some milk product. Pepper spray is illegal in Colorado, so the people using it have gone permanently blind with pepper spray? Wow. So I would think that the only time you're using pepper spray is against someone who is doing some kind of offense against you. I wonder how Colorado expects people to protect themselves potentially without using lethal protection. Just a thought in my head. Bread. Yes, bread. I know. I do know. And we did have some bread. I just didn't think of it. Probably bear spray. Colorado bears. I believe there are grizzlies in the Colorado Rockies now. I'm just saying. I wouldn't go into the out back doors without bear spray. Ever. Again. It's been a long time since I've been out back anywhere, like where I would feel like I needed bear spray. It's been a long time. And again, I would no longer use bear spray. I would use bear gel spray. As I've said a few times in here, I saw Bob Wells do a comparison test, and he got sprayed with the bear spray, but not with the gel. People do strange things all the time anymore. It doesn't have to be just self-defense. People get enraged. anymore and do crazy stuff. That is true, Shirley. That is very true. Unfortunately, there is a low tolerance for being frustrated with somebody, especially driving. We had a situation here in Eugene where someone used in a driving situation, used a lethal response to a driver. And I know, that it's not uncommon anymore. Unfortunately, I used to be pretty mouthy behind the wheel. As a matter of fact, so this lady and I, about 5 years ago, I was driving back from Springfield, which is our sister city, right beside us. You just go over this little bridge and Springfield's right there. I'm driving back from Springfield and there's a lot of road work. And I'm frustrated with the road work, and this lady cuts in front of me, like she cuts right in front of me. So I start honking my horn, and I don't stop honking my horn at her. I honestly don't remember if I gave her a particular wave or not. It's a possibility, okay? I'm going to be honest. It's a possibility. Inappropriate as it is, I may have responded in that manner. So we get over the bridge, and we're right in there is a four lanes at this point, 2 going each direction, and it's called 126, and it goes either to the coast or up to the mountains. So we're right in the middle of this road, and we're now in Eugene, and we're right in an area where there's a bunch of used car dealerships. And she pulls into the center lane, where you can pull in to go turn off to the left. So I pull in right behind her. And we both get out of our cars. I know. But I'm glad I did. I was taught a lesson, okay? So we both get out of our cars, and we're like nose to nose, and I think a few words went back and forth, and then she started crying. And she said she was coming back from the high school where her granddaughter went to high school, and her granddaughter ran away. And she was extremely stressed. She was in fear. She couldn't reach her daughter. And she was going to the police department to post her as a missing person. So we ended up hugging in the middle of Highway 126, right in front of, we'd been screaming at each other, and then here we are hugging it out. I really did. I honestly learned a lesson. And I don't learn lessons easy. But when I learn them, And I felt so bad. I gave her my phone number, and it was sad. I felt bad for her. And I had dealt with, having to file a missing persons report before. So I can only imagine what the people over in these car dealerships, these used car dealerships, who were out watching us, because I'm sure they thought this is going to fist fight city with these 2 crazy women, and we ended up hugging it out. So be careful of, when we're mad. I don't know if you get mad. I hope you don't. I hope you don't have a temper. I historically have had a temper. It's 110% better. Even in the last 20 years, I've changed to a large degree. I would say I'm 60. So I started making some changes in my 20s, but truly in the last 20 years, my temperament has gotten better. And in the last 5 to 10 years, exceptionally better. I rarely have one of those meltdowns ever anymore in the middle of the road. And then the other time, Richard had just had back surgery. It was about probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Richard had just had back surgery, and we were on our main road in our community called River Road, which actually used to be the main road going up and down between Canada and Mexico back in the day. And there was this man in the car next to us, and he got he was like upset because I wasn't paying attention to him, and we were two lanes going in the same direction north, and I just happened to be pretty quick on the stick on the on the pedal, the gas pedal off of the mark. I wasn't trying to race this man. I honestly didn't even know he was there. This kind of thing happened twice in my life. Once as a realtor when I was racing to get across town to show a house, and then this time. And so this man took offense at it, and he pulled up next to me, and he's screaming, he's yelling at me. I started, it looked interesting. Let me just say this. I don't mean this to sound, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. I probably should not. But I started to chuckle because here was this man. He had this long beard. He had a turban on, and he's yelling and screaming. And I know we have a Sikh community here. I believe that's how you say it. And I always thought that they were super calm and, non-violent people. And he was being pretty violent towards me. Now, that was an assumption that I made, okay? But it reminded me of all the Sikhs that I've seen in our community. And so I started to chuckle. And then he's screaming and yelling, and he does start flipping the finger off to me. And so he cuts right in front of me. Again, cuts right in front of me, stomps on his brakes. And that reacts me. I'm not going to blame him. I react to him. I reacted to him. And I got right on his bumper. And that's wrong. It's wrong. Please, the lady and I hugged it out. This guy and I didn't. And Richard, I was going to follow him. I was following him. And Richard is like, what are you doing? I just had surgery. I can't get in a fight. I don't need you to get in a fight. I'll handle this. And so he was pretty intense that I stopped following him. And so, but every time I would go to brake and pull to the center so I can make a left somewhere, this man does the same thing. And so I had to make like a pit maneuver to get out of that situation. But yeah, luckily Richard was with me. And so so that was after that the lady and I, who were having a tete-a-tete on Highway 126, ended up in the middle of the road, out of our cars, hugging it out. So I have got and then there have been people killed, in situations like that in Oregon, in other states, many other states. So I don't want to get shot because I am a smart mouth sometimes. So I want to say hello to Camp Goer 1. Hello. Yes, Camp Goer 1. I was thinking something else. I was thinking camping therapy, but I'm glad you're here. And she's not here, but I'm glad you're here. Thank you for stopping in, Linda. Go back up here. No problem. No problem. You and I have talked about this already. And then, okay, no, that's the Buddhist Recom. Okay, so not the Sikhs. So don't assume. So I made assumptions. So there I made some cultural assumptions, which we should not make. I should not make. And especially since I have I have the potential to be a temperamental brat. I will say this, no matter how mad you are, you don't give the right, you don't take passenger on a dangerous driving. No, you're right. And I stopped. I stopped it. But, you're right. There is no buts about it. I'm sorry she's not feeling good. Plug your ears, Kaylee. I want another dog so bad, a small dog, just a small dog. It doesn't have to be big, like I really love big dogs. I do love small dogs too, like a beagle. I would so love another beagle, but I just am crazy. Oh no, sorry to hear. So just talking about some of the issues with, and here is another bit of information about this. I know everybody is just dying to hear it. This is a cute little. So So capsaicin, which we understand, is what makes the heat happen. So capsaicin, it says it binds to these receptors in our tongue. I think I've only got about 2 of those. Richard has about 30 million. Brain cools the body by sweating. Yes, that happened. Salivating and producing mucus. Well, I had my tongue stuck in ice, literally a glass like this filled with ice. And I know it didn't help, it made it worse. Pain receptors in the esophagus cause a burning sensation in the chest. Yes, that happens. And this was what I was talking about hiccuping. It irritates the phrenic nerve as it goes down into the chest cavity and the esophagus, and it causes hiccups. And I was out in that backyard just hiccuping like crazy. Pain and cramping in the stomach. It says this should usually pass within a few hours, but as I said, it lasted about 28 hours. Digestion rate increases, causing the very unpleasant consequence. Okay, so yes, and yes. It does say here spicy food may hurt to eat, but it won't actually burn or damage the digestive tract. Yet there is somebody. This is BuzzFeed, though. Okay, so. But there is one man that we saw from a reputable source that did have a hole in his stomach lining. All right. And then there is a fellow who ended up in the hospital with what are called rare thunderclap headaches. I can't imagine what that's like. I cannot imagine what that's like. Yeah, jalapenos are passe to me now. I just love the hotter stuff. But I can tell you this. I will be extremely careful when I use when I use a hot pepper again, which I will. I need to really recover. But when I will definitely be judicious in how that baby gets applied to my stuff. We have at Carl's Jr. here and probably other places. I actually don't know about this now. Okay, so they did prior to all of the lockdowns at the Carl's Jr.'s that had is it Carl's Jr.? I'm trying to think. I believe it's Carl's Jr. No. I believe they too have because they have some Mexican food at some of their restaurants, and at the ones that had it here, they also had a salsa bar, a small salsa bar. But yes, ma'am, your live stream is it at 4 or is it at 5? Or is it in 15 minutes or is it in an hour and 15 minutes? So that I know we can go over there. Thank you for coming by, though, Shirley, so much. Yes, in all of the hot peppers, you're supposed to take out the seeds. But for myself, I don't do that because the hotter the better. Here's something I do like, Linda. And hello, Blaine, Rayleigh Creative Travel. Hello to you. Hey to you. Big sugar. Yes, ma'am. Okay, back up here, you could damage the nerves and mucus linings. Yeah, I guarantee. Oh, and I missed this one, Linda. But my back end didn't like it so well, so I stopped eating them. Okay, well, I don't normally have that problem. It's weird. It's just weird. I'm not a fan of that, but so yes, taking the seeds out helps. And we will, if it is at 5, following. When, okay, all right. So I will still drop the link because I will not still be live in an hour and 15 minutes. I did that too with the Reaper. I believe it was the Reaper pepper, and I took very careful bites because I didn't want to be crazy. It's the ribs, the white pith, really. But I'm telling you, Kaylee, as you probably have seen on videos about cooking, they tell you to take out the seeds. And I don't even remember. I just remember them addressing the seeds, not the ribs. Although it very well could be the case. Yeah, so I am, here's at the upside. I'm 6 pounds, truthfully, 6 pounds lighter than I was 3 days ago. Probably from not eating for 3 days, but it could be other things too. Who knows? I would assume so. Oh my gosh. Yep. This was what got me. This right here, it says on the plant stick thingy that this is a habanero. Although Kaylee said it looks also like a Scotch bonnet, but it was red, and it was a little bigger than this. This is not right, but I went and got one out of there today just to show you guys basically what it looked like. Kaylee made a great point that the hotter ones get this ribbing. They look dehydrated. So I'm not interested in having any more pain. Like I had I was in bed for 28 hours. I was down, and the pain lasted 28 hours. It was gone at about 8 p.m. last night, and it started at 4 p.m. the day before. Never in my life. I do remember looking at some other peppers there, though, Kaylee, because again, I could use them without problems. But I know. I showed some information about where it is said to help with heart disease and diabetes. And I had diabetes. I'm in remission, complete remission from it. And I never took medicine. I have, from that point when I first got diagnosed, I've lost 100 pounds though. So that probably helped. Just saying, even though I still have a long ways to go, obviously that helped. However, heat just goes in everything. And so that was the situation, and I am not interested in having to go through that ever again. And I am, I will be careful when I eat but again, I thought it was just a mini red bell pepper, because I got those too. So I thought that's what it was, and I just popped it in my mouth and ate it. And the one that looked hot was super sweet. It was long, and it was super sweet. It was so funny. I thought it was I showed a picture of it on here, but I thought it was a hot one. Me too, because I really thought, this is it. I am dying. Richmond's Place Homestead. Well, thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate it. And I'm going to pull up your channel here so that I can check it out. I believe we're friends recently. But when I said hot pepper overdose, it felt like a hot pepper overdose. Yes, I am subscribed to you. And so, yep, I remember this. I love your channel art. I'm gonna show this. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to show your channel page because I really like this header. So this is the people that just popped in, the channel that just popped in, Richmond's Place Homestead. I love this. I would love to try being I'd love to do carnivore, except for one problem. Right here, I love vegetables. But I look at people like Campervan Kevin, he's lost a ton of weight. Everybody, actually. There's nobody who I've seen who have not lost a lot of weight on that diet. But I would never in my life be able to not have tomatoes or peppers. Seriously, love carrots. I like raw carrots better than cooked carrots. I've really gotten away from potatoes, though, because once in a while, like I did make potato the other night for us. Really good potato dish for just Richard and I. It was German potato salad. So your stuff, see, like this. Look at that. That's so. How do you use your spin roses? Oh, that's good. So I got to come and look at some videos. I'm glad that's short too. Homemade brown sugar. Yep, I do know how to make. I haven't done it. I'm a preparedness minded person who has not done the things that I would love to do to be more prepared. And one of them, that's actually fairly simple. I've watched some videos on it. Oh, beeswax and coconut oil, candles. So is this Rebecca we're talking to? Preparing for chicken processing day. And that's another thing. I thought I would like to raise chickens. I thought I just would like to raise chickens for the eggs. But there's, obviously 2 ways to have chickens. And we eat chicken. I love chicken. Love chicken. So, all right. Well, I'll be looking more at your channel. I'm glad I pulled this up because maybe I just met you today and I still needed to look at it. Maybe that's it. Anyways, I'm leaving your page up and I will look at some of the videos. Oh, that's too funny. I did the same thing last week. I got some peppers from my local greenhouse. They were hot. Yeah, it almost killed me in bed. Really, it was 28 hours of pain. And I am a hot pepper person. Love them. But I don't know what happened. Something happened. I started my salad kit again, trying to fill up on that and stay away from the bread and crackers. So last night, Richard and I had peanut butter on crackers in bed. Shouldn't be eating in bed. Eating before bedtime, eating before sleep is bad. But I was hungry by that point in time, and so I had crackers and peanut butter. But here's one of the crazy things about me. I like cheese with peanut butter. I love cheese and peanut butter together. It's just weird. And so I included some American cheese with my peanut butter and crackers. Although I had a whole lot less. I know, Kaylee, most people go, ew. I had a lot less crackers and peanut butter than Richard did. But he's up on the roof right now working on the roof of our house. He is getting rid of some moss that was up there and whatnot. So Troy, increase I noticed subscribers mode was a 5 minutes, get easier. People got to 1 minute. Okay. All right. I just think I clicked on that. Would that be Richard on a hot tin roof? Yes, if it were tin, it's a hot composite roof, but it's hot. He has got a beautiful tan. Now, it's just his genetics, and if I were out in the heat like Richard, although he's taken it. Yeah, this conversation reminded me of something I forgot to put in his medicine pack. An antibiotic he has to be taking for a month. So he's got an not intestinal, it's a bladder problem, and so he's got a bladder issue, and he has to be on this antibiotic for 28 days in order to see if it kills it, or if they need to do more looking around. And he is going to be seeing a urinary guy. Guess how many months it was to get? I was stunned to get into. Hello, Char of Heart. Hello and welcome. Family tribe member. Yes, ma'am. It took. So last month, it was earlier this month. So earlier this month is when the doctor wanted him to get in to see a urologist. Couldn't get an appointment till in November. 3 months. We will conform. Comp roof. Yes, sir. So, anybody got, okay, so we're down to just a few minutes. Anybody got any fun they're doing this weekend coming up? We are on Thursday. Weekend's one day away, the beginning of it. I'm drinking a lot more water right now, too. I love water, but it's got to be super ice cold. Anything fun planned? I'm going to try and drive. So I think Saturday I'm going to drive. Richard can come if he wants. He doesn't have to. I would like to go up toward where the fires are. They won't let us get near the fire. I just would like to get a little bit of like firsthand footage of what's going on in our areas that we like to play. And you went on a boat ride yesterday from work? Oh, cool. That must have been fun. That's one of the things in my life I hope I get to have a boat. I really love boats. Love the water. Kaylee is like number one of the best moderators on YouTube. She really is fabulous. Everybody, most people do a great job. I don't really know of a bad moderator except me. Like this morning when I came into Roy and Becky's live, no, I had trouble because I was just woke up 20 minutes beforehand. Did George ever get a hold of you? Want to say hi? Oh, yes. And the 29th, I think he's going to be back in our area. And yes, he has to be on it. And he's only missed a day. So, yes, I have to get it back. He's missed a couple days. So, yes, Troy, he has. And the last conversation, the last message was like around the 29th. And I will check and see for sure. He needs to plug in. He wanted to plug in the other day, and Brent reminded me, we have 5 air conditioners going. And it's caused our house that is 50 years old to constantly, the breakers to flip. It's causing issues with our breakers. And so until we got that figured out, it had to be a short time. I asked him how long it was going to be. He needed to do it, how long to charge up, but he was already in Florence by that time. So coming back, we will have things a little more understood about how long that would need to be. Well, Kaylee, it's the truth. Choke cherry jam. Now I have choke cherry jam. I have seen that be made, and it looks really good. We don't have, I don't believe we grow choke cherries here in Oregon. And I'm having a better week. I hope you're having a great week too, Char. Really? Oh, that's really kind of your company, Alfonso, to pay for everybody to have a ride, to go on a boat ride. That's cool. Yes, it's expensive. So where we have them here in Oregon a lot is on the Rogue River, which is down south, and they are expensive, very expensive. Pontoon boat ride. Pontoon boat looks like so fun. Like, would just be so fun to have a pontoon boat.
That's what Mike rented last summer.
What?
That's what Mike rented last summer, and we took on soap tubes.
Really? Oh gosh. Did you spend a lot of time on it? Upgrade to 200 amp service and install correct breakers. Okay. 200 amp service. You lost me at 200, but I'm sure Richard understands that. When I say that to him, he'll go, okay, I will go find that. Or, yes, I will go find that.
Guy again. Wing 90.
5 air conditioners. It is. So it is, but our complete system went out right days before. Well, it started 2 years ago. Okay, we've been out of AC for 2 years. So Josh bought air conditioners, and then we got 2 new ones through a program with our insurance. And there's a window, like you put the hose out the window. It works great, way better than the ones in the window, let me tell you. But still, yes, we have one in each bedroom. We have one in the kitchen, and we have one. So we have one in 3 bedrooms. We have one in the kitchen. Do we have 4 or 5 ACs? Where's the 5th one?
The living room?
Oh, and one in the living room. So yes, we have 5. Yes, it is a bit. It's very excessive, but everything went out as of November of last year, and so yes, right now we're running a situation that is difficult. Was difficult, so that Richard and Britt got it figured out where to plug each air conditioner. You know that. The circuits are not, they run, we don't have everything. There's multiple circuits, right, Alex?
What's a circuit?
So how you have everything plugged in? The AC, so they don't trip anymore.
What?
Tripping the thing out in the garage.
But what about the ACs?
So the ACs were tripping, having so many ACs running, tripping the.
We can only run 4 at one time.
Okay, we can only run 4 at one
The house
time.
can only take 4.
The house can only take 4. So if we need to turn on, like, it's either going to be the one in the kitchen or the one in the living room that's off.
No, it's the one in my room or the one in the kitchen.
See, I don't even know. That's the problem, Troy. Do you know if there's a Snake River steamboat near you? The boat that I went on yesterday was a replica steam. Oh, there is north on the Columbia River. There is a steamboat. Paddle wheel. we'll run one air conditioner in the kitchen, dining room, and we have a big fan that blows the cool air into the master bedroom. So there, we have one in our master bedroom, the better kind, that the hose goes out the window, and it's all maneuver. It's got stuff that it came with that makes it work. Well, I have that down to 61 degrees at night. Richard hates it. I love it. So yeah, we've got five, but four can only run at once. So when George comes by, before he comes by, we'll figure out what he actually needs, and then how, where we have a couple different places we can plug that in, and then what not to run, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe you could help him figure that out, so I know, since I've just explained the situation to you, Troy. Really, because I don't want to do. I'm afraid of a fire. All right, so we're at 403. Kaylee, would you mind just dropping the link for following the Yellow Brick Road, so that later on, it's in an hour. Oh, there's my son-in-law, Nobody, Total Human Torch. Him and I really have got to do a live stream sometime about current issues. Really, I think him and I have talked about it. We basically have similar ideas. It's not like they're so far apart. He has a different passion level than I have, and y'all had to see it. My mother-in-law ate the pepper and spontaneously combusted. I did spontaneously combust. Human Torch. He was nice, though. He brought me some French fries. I could tolerate things that were very, like got hungry at a certain point. So I had toast, and then at another point I had peanut butter sandwich, just peanut butter with some butter on it, real butter, not margarine. And then I had an egg sandwich. Anybody, Kaylee, or that would be, just drop the link, and that way we can be prepared. You can be prepared if you want to go. She has a fun chat. She always has interesting information of where she's at, where she's going. Shirley is a lady that I highly respect her very much. I bought a double pack of fire extinguishers at Home Depot. 2 for $29. Oh, wow. I will be going to Home Depot, not today, but this weekend or Monday. I get paid this weekend or Monday. And we need some more fire extinguishers. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. After your stream, we're going to make white cake with chocolate peanut butter frosting. So, okay. White cake sounds really good. Oh, no. Kaylee, I think her live stream is at 7 p.m. Yeah, it's in an hour from now. From my time, it's in an hour. Well, it's I'm at 4:06. It'll be at 5:06. So I think, that's the case. All right. Ah, dang it. I know, considering I lost 6 pounds through this whole ordeal. I won't eat any. Okay, so I probably will have a little. I don't necessarily love frosting. I don't necessarily love frosting. That's just, I don't. However, I would have a little piece of the cake without the frosting, maybe. Everybody is respectful. Okay? It's up to me. It's just like if somebody, like there's alcohol in the house. You know, I'm an alcohol, all you know, I'm a recovering alcoholic. There's liquor in this house, including tequila, which is my drink of choice. But it's up to me if I don't drink. Okay. It is. It's up to me if I choose not to have, I'm a grown up. I know how not to do the things I'm not supposed to do. And by the way, if I don't, if I can choose not to have a piece of cake, I can. I am grown up enough to do that. Or he's got to move the solar panel. You feel like popping over and saying hi, honey?
No, I'm feeding.
Oh, he's feeding the dog. Had a craving for Safeway chocolate fudge brownies. Difficult to resist. I don't ever go buy a cake. I don't go buy brownies. If I want something like that, I just go ahead and I make it. But that is not very often because it's not my thing. What I really have to be careful of is I really love homemade bread, and I do know how to make homemade bread very good. And it's too simple. I mean, it's too dang simple. You really need three items. You need a liquid, water or milk. You need flour of some sort. And, you need four things. And you need yeast and you need salt. You don't even have to have sugar. Sugar just makes it rise better and quicker. So if I want one of the quick rise runs to work even better, I take and I put the sugar directly in with the yeast and let it all come to a head together. And a nice rise. Oh gosh. So that's the problem, is bread's too simple to make. Especially the no knead breads. I mean the recipes for no knead bread. If you really want to ever find out about that, do y'all remember Jenny Jones? She used to have a daytime talk show. She now is a cooking. She has a YouTube channel called Jenny Can Cook or Jenny Can Bake. I think it's Jenny Can Bake. I don't remember her making regular food. Just maybe it's bake. Anyways, it's with an I. Jenny Can Cook or Jenny Can Bake. Wonderful stuff. So, homemade. My mom used to buy and bake. Oh, wow. I haven't made, so for one time I made a 12-layer cake for Christmas, and I had to take it. I had to transport it. I recommend you not do that unless you really have all of the proper equipment to transport a 12-layer cake. Because so I thought I would just put my best thinking. So this is, Britt was a baby, and Richard's mother and stepfather were coming to a Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner at this house. I wasn't living here. Richard and I lived somewhere else. I know it's so simple to make, and sadly so. I've got some videos of bread I made. Cupcakes. See, cupcakes are simple. Well, cupcakes are not. So you just have one serving. Not gonna happen, Kaylee. Not gonna happen. And you would just need to haul me to the loony bin. You just, let's bypass the hospital and go to the special hospital. Okay? No, not gonna happen. But that's cute. That's real. That's funny. Yeah, love making it, and I love making it and kind of just working with it to try and find, because I have a neurological disability that makes standing for any length of time now, impossible. And although I can stand at my counter for a few minutes, and you're mean, Josh. You got a mean streak, sweetheart. Um, and so, anyways, you just threw me for a loop, Kaylee. I just had this vision of me sitting in a corner here with a cake sandwich and maybe some peppers in between the cake sandwich and a bottle of tequila. We just call that Tuesday. Well, yes. I used to say in meetings that I went to not drink. I've been sober 28 years, so it's a long time. And I got sober around a lot of old men. There was only one lady who had any lengthy time, and she scared the crap out of me. Okay, I used to say in meetings, I only drank on special occasions. A birthday, Christmas, a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, anything that ends in a Y. So there was no day that I couldn't make special with some fun. I couldn't. I had to lay down. I couldn't. I literally couldn't. We had bread. I did have some bread later after. Oh, she's taking a bit of a break in a special place. They let them make crafts, make leather bracelets. I just don't want to do. What is that stuff that used to be very popular back in the day? Hanging baskets made out of not thread, but you'll think of it. Yeah. Oh, I made garlic. Okay. See, I did make some garlic cheese bread recently. I put a macrame. Linda, winner, chicken dinner. Macrame. Yep. Macrame. Yeah, we don't want to see me someplace where I learned to macrame. All right, so I am going to go, and I do need to find something to make for dinner. I think I have these little, they're little tiny round steaks. They're about like this, but they're thin. They're thin cut, and and you just saute them for like a minute and a half. And oh, by the way, as far as cooking goes, I cook with wine because wine is not my drink, but I cook with wine. My little sister said she hates the flavor of wine, which she never drank much. She didn't like drinking. I killed that in her. And so anyway, yeah, I can cook with wine, no problem. And you just cook the liquor off and you still have the flavor of the wine. So I think I'm going to make those little steaks tonight, make steaks. I was going to say sandwiches. I was going to try not to have bread today. Make those and some veggies. You need a couple of them. I usually cook those to make and like cut up real, like this. And with peppers, not hot peppers, which I do have some regular bell peppers, and onions. But you'll never guess what I'm out of. I'm out of onions. I got to go shopping this weekend after I get paid. Special steaks, yes. Because of Josh, and I'm blaming Josh, you know what I do like? You know what I do like now? I can't lie about it. I actually like the not real steaks. What better than burger? The company better than meat company. The heat. Oh gosh. Yes, and we do have some. We have some little tortillas. Oh, Troy! If you can't put onion in it, why be eating it? Okay. If it's a savory food, it's just the way I feel. Yes, fajitas sound good. Yeah, it's all Josh's fault. Veggie meats. The veggie meats, honestly. Yeah, you can't, as far as hamburger ones go, you cannot tell the difference. I cannot tell the difference. Impossible meat, yes, the Impossible Whopper. but impossible meats are delicious. I do like regular meat, just saying, but I do like, what did we just, I just accidentally bought some, I got some heavy cream in order to make a cream sauce that I'm going to make. As it turns out, it's a plant-based cream. I need to see how this is done, okay? And I need to see how this is done. And if because it doesn't make any sense. It's all about onions, honey. Onions and peppers. If you put the onions and peppers together, and really almost anything works. What ingredient list? No, I have not read the ingredient list. Hold on, and I'll read it for you guys. All right. Here's what it looks like. Country. I should have knew when it said country crock, because country crock. Remember the country crock? Remember the not butter stuff that was called country crock? All right. So no reading glasses here. All right. So let's see ingredients. Plant milk, in parentheses, water and lentil protein, plant-based oil blend from coconut and canola oils, sugar, modified cornstarch, that's for the thickness, of course, sucrose esters of fatty acid, natural flavor, mono and diglycerides, salt, gorgon, sunflower lecithin, locust bean, beta carotene for color. I mean, it looks like the real thing, but that list of ingredients on cream shouldn't be like that. I have a friend that moved in and he wanted to have me quit using onions in all my cooking just for him. I told him he doesn't like my cooking. Cook your own food. Yeah, do you think? Have a blessed day. You too. I am so glad you came by, and I will be popping over here shortly to check out a few of your videos. And I recommend everybody else does too, because the channel looks really sweet. I love, again, your channel art. Beyond Meat is people. Beyond Meat is people? What? Josh? Don't mess with me. Oh, please. No. So we watch a lot of true crime. Richard and I really watch a lot, probably way too much, okay? But we watch it. It's interesting. These people, well, I studied psychology. Psychology was part of my thing, that I worked with. So I enjoy weird stuff. Well, the only thing I don't like watching is stuff where it involves anything about eating things other than food. Say country crock can. No. All right. I mean on the fake meat. Oh, okay. I got you now. Okay, good. Okay. I know. I'm not excited about that. Richard didn't like it in his coffee at all. He wanted to know if there was something wrong with it, as a matter of fact. And I went over there. I said, because it stayed on the top of his coffee. He was using, because we're out of half and half. The thought of fake meat scares me. It's just this particular brand of veggie meat is delicious. The fake meat that they're growing in the lab, that's meat, but it's not veggie meat. Okay, you know what I'm talking about, and I can't get into that right now. I will never if I have to go to veggie meat in order to not get faked out, like if they're allowed to put it out like it's real, yes, Capthor one, can't take it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And so, I have concerns about that they're going to be able to include and I don't know that it's true. Okay. I'm just saying this. Please don't take my video down. I want to be sure. Let me rephrase this. I want to make sure that it's not something they can add to meat or in place of, like, when you go to the store and you buy USDA grass-fed piece of meat, like Troy's cooking. Although I like T-bone. If I could have a T-bone, I can't because they're like $20 a freaking T-bone. But T-bone is something I love. And let's say they grow T-bones. It's just too much to think about. I will become completely vegetarian meat person. Back up to. I'm a little alarmed. I just read the ingredients of these veggie burgers. It's 21% sodium. Oh, Josh is a real fun time. Yes, he is. Dahmer's vegetables or vegetable protein. 100%. You cannot just play with that. You will see a revolt nationwide. There will be problems. Okay, so Richard and I guess there's 4 people here. I mean, Richard and I have been watching stuff about aliens. Our government came out with a bit of information about it recently, as everybody, I hope, knows that there was the report, and they're investigating it, and like they haven't already known, whatever is there is there. Riverside Homestead Life. I think I know who they are. Is this it? Yeah. I believe it's a really cool guy. Riverside Homestead Life. I'll tell you right as soon as I see his face or one of his. Yeah, yes, I do like him. I've watched many of his videos. Packet of bacon that said, "Cooking. If you don't know how to cook bacon, you need to go back to school." Yes, I still cook it on top of the stove. Cooking instructions. If you don't. There's something, I don't know what it is. I will say I know someone very well who had who had an experience with the little clear orbs. And this person is 100% legitimate. And not in a million years, they don't even want it known that they have had the experience. And I would never say who that was, ever. Yes, he did. Thank you for dropping the channel link, because he's got a great channel, excellent channel, and the food stuff's good. Everything, I haven't seen anything recently because I haven't. There's so many to pay attention to. So I used to laugh and mock it. Okay, I was a mockery. I made a mockery. I mocked the whole idea of it. I no longer mock it. And I had never even heard of these little orbs except for this other person. And then I'm watching this stuff. I'm pointing away. You can't see where I'm pointing because the camera's in a whole different place. So I'll point this way. No. They have this experience, and I find out about it, a little bit later, because they're just like, no, I don't want anybody to know I saw little orbs of light in my house. And they left this person's house and they bounced around and went into another house. And then years pass and I'm watching this with Richard and I see this. I'm like, that it was real. And the person is legitimate. It's not nobody who would ever, like I said, they don't want anybody to know they've had that experience. And so it's not that I disbelieved them at all. I mean, I believed them, but I couldn't put anything to it because I hadn't seen anything. I was doing no research, and I still am not necessarily researching, but I find it interesting. And then when you see thousands of people, including fighter pilots, seeing stuff, the same thing, then yeah, it's real. I don't believe for a second there's nothing a fighter pilot has to gain from coming out and saying they saw that stuff or even saw other things. It's on their videos. Please don't. Josh, we're the deliverance planet of the universe. They don't even stop here for us. Probably. Thank you, Troy. Troy. Yep, that's Troy. Kaylee, they must report back to the base and not be. So Kaylee is New Jersey, Josh. Josh is from Long Island, but he knows every place in New York City. I just say a place, or I've shown him pictures. There's a kid that I love to watch him dance. I like the other people in his troupe, but he's fantastic. His name is Slavic. And he knows where this kid is dancing. And as it turned out, he was right. Kaylee, Kaylee, they must report back to base and not be believed. The boss ET tells you, look at the funding to the space bar. Funding. Oh, God, here we go. No one can live like that. Right. The original, yep. Yeah, they're in Washington. I didn't realize he was in Washington. I thought he was in the South. Him and his wife. An orb float across the living room of my fiance's house. His system was faulty. I understand. Here. I've felt the same way. Oh, you grew up on Long Island. Okay. My condolences. Josh says Alex would not last in New York. People have been reporting sightings and abductions that have made it to social media for over 70 years in the U.S. Yes, absolutely. And I mean, Area 57 or 56, is it 57? I think it's 57. I believe things have happened now. I don't disbelieve that. I don't understand it now. I'm not going to tell you I understand it, but I do believe it's not of our, when I say our, I'm talking the whole world. I'm talking all the, it's not of our world. I don't believe it is. And I used to think it was. I used to think these things were made by our nations and nobody else knew about them. And that they were just getting one over on everybody. That's what I was, but now it's just the fighter pilots. I'm sorry. No, I don't disbelieve. Nathan's hot dogs. Area 51. I would be going to the wrong location. Skinwalker Ranch. Is anybody here watching have watched? The season is done. It's in Utah. Of course, there's something going on there. I mean, duh. Here's what I would do, though. I would blow up the mesa. I would blow up the mesa. I would never let it get any further than what it is. It's my property. I would blow up the mesa. Now, that's probably illegal. I'm just saying. But I would blow up the mesa. That is on Skinwalker Ranch. Because there's something in there. They know there's something in there. What it is, they don't know. This is a whole other video or a whole other live stream we could do. We will do. As a matter of fact, maybe we'll get some people who have had experiences and talk about it. Legit, I would never put somebody on who I would never want people to be made fun of but off subject, but we had bacon wrapped. Troy. That stuff makes me want to cry. I still have bacon, and I don't have any Johnsonville. I don't think I have any Johnsonville. I am going shopping this weekend. If I get paid, I'm going to do that. That's making my mouth water. Ohio Girl 419, Lynette. Well, hello, Ohio Girl 419. Thank you so much. Are you a content creator? Because if you are, I'd like to say hi, because you don't look familiar to me. I don't eat meats anymore. Yes, back in the day, I did eat Nathan's hot dogs at Adventurers Inn. I'm so glad you're here. I would not criticize someone. No, I don't think you would. I don't believe you would. But you know what happens when I would put a thumbnail out for that, I can't believe there wouldn't be trolls. And I believe there is a vortex down on Interstate, like down Interstate 5 somewhere, Troy. There is one down that is known, so that would be interesting. Well, thank you for stopping by here. I very much appreciate it. I've got a very small group right now, so it's good to see you. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with us, Josh. Oh, gosh, Josh, before you go, can you give your blog, drop your blog link? Josh has a blog link. He is a music, when I say a music aficionado, he is a music aficionado. This man, there's almost nothing, nobody he does not know. He is extremely knowledgeable, and it's very we're driving the route from Vegas towards Carson. I have never, and I have to go there. I will put Josh's blog post information I will post it to my channel. All right, off 97. We're search for others that we know. Well, that would be great videos, by the way, Troy. People love that stuff. I'd never go to people in the material would be a lot more trouble than extraterrestrials. Well, I wouldn't go where I'm not supposed to go, Kaylee, although I got lost trying to find Bob Wells twice. So who knows? I apparently have trouble with directions. No, that was not all my fault, but it was all my fault. 20 miles apart. And there is one on Interstate 5. All right. So we have the link for Shirley at up on the hour, and here that will be 5 o'clock. It's 4:37 now. Um, I did go looking, but seen a lot of military things on the road. Zara, you're going to have to wait for a minute. Grandma's finishing up something here. You did get it. Nobodiesblissness.com. Yes. Josh is good, and he knows music. If you like music and you like learning things about, and he put some music stuff up that is apparently not well known. I don't know how he does it. It's not illegal, but Josh is a smart boy. Oh, I don't blame you for that, Troy. Yes. Really? I would like, maybe when I come there, and would you take me? I would love to go. Blissness, sorry. Yes, nobody's blissness. Okay, I'm going to cut it off here and say thank you so much for showing up. And by the way, Kaylee, I always remember now to leave the studio, the last thing. I appreciate you hanging out, showing up, and being part of my stream today, and listening to me rant about being an idiot. And I would see those things interest me, Troy. I'd love to hear what you have to say about Central Oregon. I have never heard anything about Central Oregon. Now I will have to check that out on my, research for things in Oregon. But anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate you showing up. I do. And I always enjoy time with you, no matter if it's 4, 14, or 24 or 30. There used to be 30. Do find your passion. Mine is you guys. I enjoy you. Find your passion. Know what it is. Figure it out. Go after it. Do whatever it is. And that's because there is nobody else on this earth going to do it for us. All right? So have a great day, a beautiful weekend, and I will see you soon. Watch for my little shorts.